Here we are given x squared minus 8x plus y squared minus 10y equals -5. We're asked to find the center, which is the ordered pair hk, and the radius r, and then graph it. Well, the problem is that it's not in the general form, so we're going to complete the square on x and on y in order to get the general form, and then we'll be able to do the graph. So first thing we're going to do is gather all the x's together in parentheses, isolate them in parentheses, and then add to that all the y's isolated in parentheses, and then anything that doesn't contain an x or a y is left or moved to the other side. Next, we're going to add inside of each of the parentheses bracket 1/2 times the coefficient of the first power of each of the variables. Close the bracket and square it. So you see we add that inside the first parenthesis, inside the second parenthesis, and then we do the same thing to the other side of the equal sign. So this -8 came from here. It is the coefficient of x to the first. And this -10 came from here. It is the coefficient of y to the first. So we added the bracket squared inside of each of the parentheses, and we also added it on the other side. And by the way, had there been a number in front of the squared terms, we would have had to factor it out first and eliminate it by dividing both sides by the number. We didn't have to do that. Alright, so simplifying just inside of each of the brackets, and without even doing the square, just postpone that. We're ready to factor the first parenthesis. It factors using the formula s parenthesis x minus, or I should say x plus whatever's in that bracket, which is a -4 parenthesis squared, plus the next parenthesis factors as y plus whatever's in the bracket, which is a -5, so it's y minus 5 parenthesis squared, equals, and now we work on simplifying the right hand side. -4 squared is +16, -5 squared is +25. Add these values together and we get 36. So here we have our general form because we completed the square. And from examining that, we see the center hk is 4, 5. H is a number being subtracted from x, and k is a number being subtracted from y. And the radius is the positive square root of the number on the other side, so it is 6. And with that information, it's super easy to finish the graph. We just graph the center, 4 on the x-axis, 5 on the y, and then we measure the distance 6, that's a radius, right, left, up, and down, and we connect those outer points together to form the graph of our circle.